Hello, my name is Amber, and this is number 2 of Diary of a Depressed Girl. And I know I haven't made one in a really long time, but honestly, I didn't have a really good camera, so I'm back to using my iPod again, and it's kind of crappy because I keep wanting to look at myself in the screen and not at the camera, but I'm going to try hard not to. So I wanted to elaborate more on how I actually found out I had depression, like start from the beginning, I guess. And so when I was in grade 8, I took counseling a lot, like once a week for like a year almost. And it was mostly because I just wanted to. I wanted to have someone to talk to about things because I'd only had like a few close friends, but they couldn't really give me advice or tell me what I really needed to know. Like, if I told them, hey, my mom is like keeping me up all night because she's drunk as fuck and I don't know what to do about it, like, how is someone supposed to respond to that? So I guess having someone older to talk to who wasn't really a friend kind of helped. And then after a while, like, she kind of told me, I think you might have depression and then an anxiety order on top of that. And I didn't really do much about it because I was living with it for so long that I didn't think there's any point in fixing it. Like, I didn't think that it could get better. So, basically, I just left it for a bit, and then finally, when she noticed me breaking down a lot more often, she said, look, I really think you need to see an actual doctor and go on antidepressants. And so I thought about it for a long time, and I told my parents, and my mom is still, like, I'm in grade 11 now, and she still kind of denies the fact that I even have depression, and it's really annoying. But what are you going to do about it? So I talked to my dad a lot more about this because I think it's somewhat genetic because he also has a mild form of depression, kind of like what I do. But he goes on a completely different pill for it because he's a lot older than I am, so you can't really use the same stuff. And because he's an alcoholic, it'll react differently. I don't know. I don't really know about that one, but yeah. So yeah, when I started taking them, like I said in the last video, they didn't really work at first. And I kind of just got fed up with it. Yeah. But I think I was doing some research, and it was actually for a psychology project. I had to research a disorder that was kind of different and that people really didn't know about. So I chose avoidant personality disorder, and I honestly was like, whoa, I think I might actually have it, but you can't actually say you have it until a doctor like tells you you have this, because it's like you have to take tests to prove it and everything. So, but basically, you feel intimidated by pretty much everything and everyone, and you feel like you can't be around people because it's too much for you. And honestly, that like describes me so much. Like, it's a lot better now. Like, I've kind of grown out of it a bit, but ever since grade 7, I was always shy. Like, I like talking to teachers because they were more authority, like anyone authority wise, like made me want to cry. If I got in trouble, and I didn't even get in trouble that much, but if I talked to them, I was like, if they're talking to me, I must have done something wrong. So I immediately start like freaking out and wanting to cry, and for no reason really. I mean, they're just trying to help me. They're teachers, that's what they do, but yet I still felt like I was gonna cry. And even now, because I have a job, talking to my boss is horrible. Like, I feel like I'm gonna cry every time, and because I've cried in front of him before, and it's actually really embarrassing. Every time he has to talk to me now, he's like, Amber, I need to tell you something, but promise me you're not gonna cry, because if you start to cry, I'm gonna cry, and then, dishwasher guy's gonna make fun of me because I work at a restaurant. But yeah, and it's really embarrassing. Like, I want to be able to talk to people like that without crying, but it's just really hard, and I don't know why, and it's just always been that way. Because I've been told that I have a really odd chemical imbalance in my body, and it's really hard to deal with, and so sometimes when I get stressed out, like with talking to teachers and stuff, I tend to bite my lip, like, so you can't see like I'm doing it right now. And I ended up getting like huge, like, I don't even know what to call them, but they're just like huge rips in my lip because I'd bite down on them to prevent myself from crying. It's kind of weird, like you think putting yourself in pain would make you want to cry, but it took my mind off of it. Like I focused on the physical pain instead of the emotional pain, and I don't know, it didn't help too much, but it was something. So yeah, that was pretty much how it started. And then also my counselor, after I told her I started self-harming myself, which I'll talk about another time because that's a whole nother topic on itself, that's when she was like, okay, you really need to, this isn't good for you and you need to get help. And I was like, I was scared at first, like I didn't think I could be helped. But as you can probably tell, I'm a lot better now. Like I'm not, like I don't look depressed. Like honestly, I'm wearing bright pink in a yellow room. Like you wouldn't assume if you looked at me on the street that I'm depressed, but you'd be surprised. Like a lot of people that you wouldn't think are depressed are. And you just need to like, consider that sometimes. So yeah, that's all I wanted to share today. I hope that helped some people. I don't know if it did. But yeah, bye.